So, hello everyone. Am I audible? If I am audible to everyone, just yes. If I am audible to everyone. uh, So we'll be waiting for some more time till then, till more people join. We'll start at 7:04. So till then, I will explain what we are going to build today. So our today's build is going to be a tic tac toe, and I guess everyone knows what is a tic tac toe. The traditional name we all kept is X0. So can anyone tell me in short what's the basic flow of that game? Everyone knows, right? What's a tic tac toe? So, SM Vishal, it's not according to the schedule. We just kept Saturday as a break from all the technical things which we are building. And as we yesterday completed all the modules, we decided to keep the project building session today because, as discussed, fourth. We are having the test on 4th of October, I guess. Yeah, it's October. 4th of October. So instead of just keeping it a day before the test, we decided to keep it earlier so that you can get one more day to revise and all. So can anyone tell me in short what's tic tac toe? Just a rough idea. Yeah, this will be the last session, but just tell me, forget about all of that. What's the last session? When is the last session? Just tell me. Today we'll concentrate on tic tac toe, and all that rest things can be asked later. So just tell me what's a tic tac toe, or I will just start. So I see that no one's replying, so I think I will just start with the demonstration what we are going to build. So today we are going to build this Python tic tac toe game. It is fairly simple. We have to just select which marker do we have to choose, the X or the 0, or we call it O. So if I select X, it randomly decides which marker will go first. And now, so I am getting few answers. Yeah. So this will be our basic flow. We will be having a 3 by 3 chess board, and for reference we have given this to the user. So the user has to give the position of the where he has to give the marking. So if I suppose give here 5, as you can see it's a chance of O. So at 5th position, that is this part, the center part, the 0 will be printed over there. Similarly, as we play it on pen and paper, we will play it according to this reference which I have given already, so that the user don't get confused with the location. And I can see that people have told that connecting 3 variables in row, column or diagonal, that's right. So we will be checking that also over here. So for reference I give here 1, so it's right. Then any random position, let's suppose 8, then 2, 3, 7, it's 4, 6 and 9. So as you can see that no one won over here, so I got that message none won, it's a tie. And it asked me, do you want to play again? So similarly, if I try to win this game, let's see if I win. What's the combination of that? Yeah, this one, this, suppose in this. No, I messed it up. But I guess everyone understands what's the basic flow. It's again a tie. I want to win one so that I can show that. Yeah, so this one is the thing I was trying to show. Now if I give 5, I should win, and no, if I give 6, I will win. So as you can see, I have checked the vertical arrangement, the horizontal arrangement, and the diagonal too. You will see that in the code. So did you understand what we are going to build today? Just tell yes if you have understood. Script I guess that's some issue with your internet, because I myself is seeing my stream on the other device and it's pretty clear. Just everyone tell yes if you have understood what we are going to build today. And I guess it's fairly easy. Yes, I see two yes. Any more? Yeah. So this was just the demonstration of what we are going to build. Now we'll move to the building part. So first, instead of making the logic, as always, we will be starting with the printing part, means the basic board printing part. So for board, I have used a list, because as you know, list is easier. So let's just start. I will make a def main. It will have a variable board, which is a list. Now since we have a board of 9 spaces, I have to make 9 gaps. I will just copy this so that all the spaces will be same. Instead of, I have given 3 spaces, so that one space will be for the this gap, and the alphabet or the symbol itself. And you may ask why is my list consisting of this thing? Just to adjust location. So I gave that because as you saw, I gave here locations as locations as 1, 2, 3, 4, and we all know that the index of list starts from 0. So for my convenience, I have given a extra index to this, that is 0th, which I am not going to print anywhere. I will be printing from 1 to 9, which helps me in future. So if we just print the board, let's see what we get the output. This is yeah. CLS. So as you can see, if I just print the board, I am not getting the right thing, which is this, all this structure. So we'll be using a string manipulation in this, string plus list manipulation. I will make a separate function for it, def display, which gets an argument. And a trick I am going to use is simply printing it instead of returning it all. So don't worry if you don't easily understand. So I will just make you understand that this 3 quotes is used so that everything between these 3 quotes will be printed as it is. I mean the indentation, if I suppose give here indentation, during the printing this indentation will also be considered. So this is just as it is I want. As you can see, here is the blank thing and this is the reference thing over here. Where it is, yeah, this will create this one. And coming to the part, what is this board of 7? If I print here board of 0, let's see what I get the output. I printed board of 0, so I got the first element, this, just to adjust the location. After that, now what I wanted is, I basically have a structure like this. So I can imagine that this might be a part of the index of a list. This can be a index of a list. So starting from the bottom, we can also go from the top, but I preferred going from the bottom as our keys on the laptop, the mobile, all are the same manner. So it will help everyone. So here I will be printing the second element because here I have used 1. So the value of board of 1 is a space. So here I will get space. Board of 2, that is this one, it will be printed. Similarly, all these places will be filled with the values which is given in here. To show it, I will do one thing. I will run it. As you can see, we created this. And to confirm, let me do one thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, this was what I was talking about. Let me just print the board 2, print board. Yeah. So the board of 1, that is this, is printed over here. Board of 2, yeah, someone still go slow. I will try my best, but this one is fairly easy. The starting part is fairly easy. The part where I build the logic might be a bit tricky because I have added a random function, but I will explain it in detail. So where was I? Yeah. So board of 2 is printed over here. Board of 3 is printed over here. Similarly, 4, 5, and so on till 9. It's all printed over here. So this is all like a placeholder thing. We'll just do undo. So this one, building this part is fairly easy. You just have to keep in mind about this indentation. I will show you what I was telling about indentation. Now see, I gave here two indentation, that is two tabs, and when I run it, you can see it kept those spaces over here, so it will be over here. So you have to be careful about this indentation part. If you give an extra indentation, it will disturb all your arrangement. Basically this will be your GUI instead of a real GUI. This will be a CMD GUI, a basic. So moving ahead, our board display is done. The next thing is what should we build, input or the character selection? Let me check which will be easier to understand. I guess first we'll take the selection of the symbol. So I will make a list of name symbol which has two elements, x and 0 or o. I will be calling it 0 just for my ease. And here I will do one thing. I will just add a tuple to it. O x. Just a second, guys. So you might ask why I did this. I will be explaining this part a bit later, because for now just imagine that it will be a part of our logic building, where we will be giving the user a chance which symbol he has to choose, that is x or a 0. So I just came this with this up shortly ago, so you can build some other logic also which will help you. So here I got that code already. It's better if I give this. So first we have to take an input from the user. So let's make it a marker. Marker is equal to input of it will be this dot upper. In the previous build also I told why I am using the upper part, because I don't want any confusion between the user and the program, which case he is using. So it's just a reinforcement, and I will be printing this marker. Yeah, so first it's ask us which marker do we want. So if I press X, it will print X. If I print O, it will print O. So now sometimes what might happen is by mistakenly we might give some other alphabet like A. That will just ruin the game. So we can build a if else thing which will take care of it. So if marker is equal to because we are comparing. My phone screen just keeps shutting. Why? We'll do something, or I say go ahead. Else anything occurs, a space, a random input number, it will be ignored, and I will just get a message that you have selected a wrong marker. Please enter again. So let's test this. Indentation error. Why this thing? Pass. Yeah, so it worked. So let's try giving Q as the input. So it told me please wrong marker, please try again. So we want to give the user one more chance to print it. So what I am going to do is this whole part I will be including it in a while loop. While true means it will be infinite, and I will just indent this all. And yeah, so I guess that should do it. It will just keep repeating until we do give the right input. If I give Q, it's asking me again. If I give Z, no. But if I give X, it should stop, and it asked me again, because as you can see I just gave here a print. I will pass, I gave it RIGHT, and I will just exit it because I don't want to keep it going continuously. Am I audible, guys? I guess my internet just went off. Let me check 1 second. It's with my network. And yeah, so I see yes. I will keep moving ahead. Now, keep in mind this is the part where we want to start the main program, because this all else will be that user has given a wrong input or wants to exit. That exit part I will be telling later because it's a bit easier, still easier, but it's not necessary for now. So we have taken the input, we have printed the board. Now the next step is taking the input and doing something with it. So we'll be making a function called where def user input, and it will get two parameters, that is the board itself as we need to update it, and the symbol list which we just made. I will tell you why. Now here we have to decide whether who gets the chance first. Either we can hard code it that X will always get the chance first, or we can make use of the random module of Python and then decide. So here I will be using the random function, but before that I have to import it. Import random, and to make it more easy I'll keep it like that. And here I will keep this, and I will make this small change. So what this part of line does is it takes this symbol variable, and you saw it's a list which has two parts, the x0 or 0x. So what I did was, I was not sure whom to start with. So what I did, either X will go first or O will go first, or the O will go first or X will go first. So here I will be choosing who goes first. If I get 0, X will go first because here X is first. If I get 0, I mean 1, this arrangement will be taken into consideration. Oh, so Vishal just told me that it shouldn't be Y, it should be O. Thank you for that. I just went into that. Do you want to continue again, wala part? Thank you. So I hope this part will be understood by everyone. To show it, let me just print it. Print sim1 and sim2, and I will be calling it over here. What's the name? User input, the board and symbol. And let me try to run it. If I give X, no matter. Yeah. So as you can see, I gave it a random.randint. What it does is it selects a 0 or 1, and then it selects which arrangement to be followed. So here I guess 0x, so it chose 1, and it's got 0x got selected. So I guess no one might be understanding that why I'm doing this, but when I uh, paste this next part of the snippet, everyone will understand what I'm trying to do over here. So you can forget this part, or else, yeah. So just understand this much part. I will comment this. I give X. So here, instead of printing X and 0, I'm just printing here who goes first. That is, always sim1 will be going first, and it's the responsibility of this line to select which to follow. After that, I displayed the board because I needed to update it, because first we don't want to display, and that is over here. Yeah. If I give here X is going first, and this is the board. So as you can see that all the GUI part is being completed faster. Now this is the part where we have to decide. You know that alternating part turns we have to take. So first X goes, then 0 goes. For that, we can't just tell the program to do that. So we have to build some kind of logic. And we all know that there will be only 9 chances available, because if X goes here, O goes here, and continuously only 9 input times we have to give. So I initiated a for loop over here which goes from 0 to 9. Then we need to remember, I will just show you over here. This is the other thing, right? Python. So imagine it's currently the first chance, that is a 0th chance, and I do mod 2, it gives me 0. If it's the second chance, that is 1, because for using the for loop I am going to do, and I do mod 2 to it, it gave me 1. But again when I do mod 2, it gave me 0. So you can see that we are getting a integer which changes between 0 and 1, and we can use that to decide whose chance it is. So what I did was I made this loop. So at the start, the value of I will be 0, and suddenly my type is not working. It will be 0, and when I do mod 2, because I want to do the alternating part, and we always use mod 2 for it. When I do mod 2, it will give me 0, and I'm going to check it. If it's 0, then it's a turn of symbol 1, else it is a turn of symbol 2. Now till here, just tell me, is everyone understanding what I did in this for loop? Mm, Let me test what output it gives so that I can debug it according to that. Yeah, so Vishal understood. Let's see if everyone else understood. So please everyone just tell me if you have understood it so that I can move ahead. I see one yes. I need to see more, 2 or 3. Since there is no doubt also, so I will assume, yeah, so I got all the yeses that I was waiting for. So this is all the basic part where we are choosing whose part is there, who will go next and all that. And this is the part which I added more. What basically this will do is, if we play a game, in short, let's just think, it will always basically take us a minimum of 4 steps are required so that we can check who won the game. So I just made a if loop over here. If I is greater than equal to 0, what I am going to do is I will be making a function check, which is responsible for checking who won the game. And check will be only a function which has a list number of if else loops for checking if the diagonal is right, if the row is right, or the vertical part is right. And here at last, if I is equal to 8, that is our last condition because 9 is not considered, we will be getting a none one. It's a tie. We always need a tie if no one won the game. So Mohit, I guess you have just joined. We are building a tic tac toe game, that is X0 game, which we usually play on paper. We will make it in CMD. We will be making a CMD based GUI for it. So let's see, should I take input part or check part? So I will go for this valid position thing. So we need to remember that we have to take the input of the user too. So I will just take everything over here. Now focus on this one, this part. I will just uncomment this. So we know now that imagine that it's a chance of X to go first. So we need to take his input also, which will be done inside this function, that is valid position, which will be given a parameter called turn, as we want to know whose turn it was and which symbol we have to print over there. In this valid position function, we have a print function that whose chance it is. It takes input, that is valid input, which is basically a simple input part which checks if the input is not a space. If the input is a space, it will tell thing, it will directly exit, because we have given we will be giving it a condition that if you want to exit, press space and enter to exit. So as you saw that we gave a input over here, enter your position, and we are going to typecast it into a int, because as you all know that when we give input to a Python program, it considers it as a string, but here we will be manipulating it into a integer because we have to use it in the list called board. and we cannot access the index using the string. So what we did was we uh, typecasted it into an integer and checked if it belongs between 1 and 10. So what it does is range between 1 and 10 is basically 1 to 9, because always the last integer is neglected. If this number which the user gives, suppose he gives 9, and we all know that 9 is in between 1 and 10, so we'll move ahead and typecast it permanently into a position, and we'll break this function. Because if we don't break it, what it will do is, because of this while true, it will keep asking the user enter the position, enter the position, enter the position. So I just gave here a break uh, keyword to break as soon as we get a valid input. If this condition is not satisfied, that is, suppose here the user gives 99, we all know that there is no 99th location in the board. So what it does is it goes outside the loop and prints not a valid position and exits out. So this part is basically just this part, which part you have to fill it with. So Mohit, I will not be using any AI thing over here because it will be well beyond our scope of this all bootcamp thing. I'll be making it a two user, because users I mean on the same machine, not some networking thing. We might even go for that networking thing, but in the future, but not right now. So I hope this part is understood by everyone. What is valid input? So valid input is basically thing we are checking. If the user gives us a space, we'll exit. If it's not a space, we'll continue. We'll check if the input that he gave is lying between 1 and 10. That is basically the board. If it is lying, we'll move ahead. Some other function will be handed over. If it's not between 1 to 10, we'll exit out of the game and the game will be over. Mohit, it will be an offline game, not online. Online, we might think I will talk with our team. I don't remember well. I have a game for networking. I will see to it if they all agree and it's possible in the future, but not right now. So this valid input part is done. We just have to check is the input valid, and at the last we just transferred it back to this function valid position because we use the return function. So what happened here was we got the input using the valid input function, then it was stored in this position variable. After that we have the position where we have to print. We know what symbol we are going to use. We have everything. We just want to go and print it into the board. So the simplest thing is list manipulation, that we go to that what we say the index where we want to update and just assign it a new value. So here it will be while true, because why I did that was, yeah, suppose I am checking here also that the space should be already empty. If it's filled, there is no use, we are overwriting it. So what I did was while true, we check if the board of position, remember this position is received from this valid input part. We go to that index. Suppose I go to fifth location over here. We can see that there are four spaces. I don't think you might be able to see, but I am telling you four because I have given here four. So one, two, and three. Did I just say four? It's three. Sorry. I'm checking here if it's three. One, two, and three. If it's three, that means it is empty. And if it's empty, I am going to assign it a new value, that is turn. Because you might remember in the user input part, I gave it a variable turn, and turn was consisting of the symbol part. which symbols chance it is. So it will be basically that suppose I give here 5, it will check if it has 3 spaces that is empty, it will go ahead and replace this with a uh, something like this. It will turn it into this part, the spaces and the x variable, x symbol. If by chance the field is already uh, filled and we don't have an empty space at that position, we go into the else block, we print cannot override the override, please select new location. To just show you what it means is I will show my previous build. If I give x, I will give the input as 5. If I give again the input 5, it will tell me cannot overwrite, please select new location. So this will inform the user that we already have something at that location, we need a new location for that. So that is done by using this again, p position is equal to valid input. So it will again go to that function, it will come back over here, and since this is a while condition that runs infinitely, after this again this if condition is run. So this is the basic part where we take the input, check if it's the right input, then we check if the position where we want to put our symbol, is it empty or not. If it is empty, then we will do that, or else we will take the input again from the user by telling that it's already filled, we cannot overwrite it. So we have completed valid position, valid input, the board itself, we have completed the user input and the main function. Now what is left is to check if we have won the game, and to win we have to use this check function. Now to make this check function, let's make it over here so it's easy. Def check, it will take a input of board, because we are going to check if the board is uh, the indices of the board is right or not. So is there any doubt till now? Because I can see the chat is has just stopped. Tell me, have you understood till this, the valid input part, valid position part? If you have understood, just spam X. If you have not understood, spam 0. Let's play this game, X and 0 only. Fast guys. I'm waiting guys. Yeah, I see bunch of X's. So I guess I am clear to move ahead. The thing is that there are currently 24 people watching and I'm getting only the result from only some handful number of people who are regularly active in the chat. So I want all to spam. Yes, Suresh, I will be explaining it all at the last again, because I know some part will be interlinked somewhere else and you might get confused a bit. Don't worry, I will explain it all in short at the last. Yes, see, I got more yes, X. So I'll move ahead. Now I want the response from the chat itself. Which conditions should we check first? The row thing, the diagonal, or what? And how we are going to check? Answer in short. We don't want to write, we are not giving any test. But answer in brief, 10 to 20 lines. Give in short how we are going to do that. Rough ideas. Even if it's wrong, it's okay. We are not born with great talents. Anyhow. So Sonu Garg has some doubt. I hope he will stick till the end and ask his doubt at the end. You can even tell now. I might try to solve it. Till then, just tell me what's the basic thing we do for checking. How do we do that? Come on, guys, be active. This will be just like I'm recording a video and just posting it. Since we are live with 27 people, I need some response. If you don't have any idea, just tell me. I will go ahead with it instead of waiting. If you have any idea, just tell so that I will wait. I will wait one more minute to see if anyone gives any idea. Otherwise, I will move ahead with my own idea and you can implement your own. So Suresh Kumar told, I think using if else. Definitely we will be using if else condition only. But tell me how we are going to check uh, is what should be checked first and how it should be checked. Means what should be the same. Yeah, don't have a grudge on me if I mispronounce your name, Aparna. Your option idea is right, checking using the positions. Now I will tell you how it's done. So basically, yeah, I'm someone just gave me the idea. Board of 1 is equal to board of 2 and board of 1 is equal to 3, and similarly for other row, column and diagonal values. Yeah, so for that, instead of comparing it two times, board of 1 is equal to board of 2 and board of 1 is equal to board of 3, what we can do is we can check all of them together. If board of 1 is equal to board of 2 is equal to board of 3, it will be the same thing. Instead of comparing a is equal to b and a is equal to c, we will just compare a is equal to b is equal to c. It will be a one liner and it will be easy. So that thing is right, and next suggestion is also right, if else condition. So for this I will be using a, I don't know how many of you might have heard this thing called flag. It's actually a programming thing which we call it as a flag because it does not represent anything. It's just a indication thing. Like we say, if the flag is hoisted up, it's true, or if it's not hoisted, it's false. So here we'll be using a 0 or 1 condition, and the flag will be named as check is equal to 0. So if check is equal to 0, we are it will tell that it's what we say, no one has won, the game is still on and you have to check again later. So to change this, what we are going to do is, I will just copy paste this, and whoever told if else block and the checking part, they are right. But here what I did was a bit different. As I have 4, you can see that this is for the rows, this is for the diagonal, and this is for the column. Am I right? 159. No, I will just label them row, col, and diagonal. So as there was suggestion about checking board of 1 with board of 2 and board of 1 with board of 3, what I did was board of 1 is equal to board of 2 is equal to board of 3. Yeah, Kohli Shem gave the right thing. And instead of using that vertical or sign, I will be using the or thing or keyword over here, because I'm not going to use a bitwise checking, right? I don't want to check if the bits are right. I'm going to check if the value is right. and for that I will be using this OR keyword. Like this, there is also one thing, and it's checks. They both, what they do is they basically check the value between them. And here we are going to do OR because it might be that the first row might be right, or the second row might be right, or the third row might be right. Just a second, guys. I'm doing this so that you can understand it easily. I think I messed with the indentation. So I'm sorry if you don't understand the indentation part because it's a big line, and if I zoom out you all won't be able to see, but I will try my best to show it using this tab things. Yeah, so I hope this will be much clearer. So coming back to the logic part instead of the indentation thing, what we are going to do is we will check if board of 1, board of 2 and board of 3, all these three have the same value but are not equal to a blank. Because if we just keep it this much, whenever we start the game they are blank and they are always the same. So we don't want to check if it's blank. So you might ask that why don't we just check with are these values equal to x or equal to y. So what that will do is just increase the number of lines we are going to write, because for x I have to give here x and the same line has to be repeated for y. So instead of that, what I am doing is I am checking if those blocks are not equal to a blank. If they are not equal to a blank, I will go ahead and set this flag that is called check equals to 1. And using this OR keyword, what I did was first it will check if board of 1 is equal to board of 2 is equal to board of 3, but these three values are not equal to a blank. If this condition is not fulfilled, it will take OR, it will move ahead. If this also is not fulfilled, it will take OR and move ahead. If any of this if condition is not fulfilled, it will leave row, it will check the columns. Similarly, as I did for rows, it checked for column 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8. Let me show you. 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9. And after that, what I did was we basically have only two diagonals. We don't have more than two. It is 1, 5, 9 and 7, 3, 7, 5 and 3. So these are the things. 1, 2, this is the row thing. This is the column and this is the diagonal checking. So is this checking part understood by everyone? If you have understood, then you should reply with check is equal to 1. If you have doubt in this, only in this part, check part, reply with check is equal to 0. I'll be waiting for few seconds so that I can take a sip of water. Till then you reply me. I got one check is equal to 1. I'm waiting for few more. 24 people are with us. Pritham did a shortcut. He just gave me 1. It's fine. I will consider it this time. One more check is equal to 1. Any more? See guys, be active. I know you might be just going to and fro if you are going with me or trying to code with me, but still, if you miss some part, don't worry, you can always uh, rewatch the stream, and we might even add that, what we say, it's timestamp thing, so that it will be more easier to you. It's not sure, but I will try. Sanuka, I am not going to answer that at which time does this program finishes, because I did not see the future and I don't know when it's going to be finished. I'm going to put you in a timeout because you are spamming it continuously. So I hope you understand why I'm telling this. So moving ahead, I got a few check is equal to 1, but I guess everyone else is busy coding. So no more asked, can we use bitwise or operator instead of it? So mm, on your request, let me do one thing. Let me check. Let me try this. Space, enter, exit. This is the part what I was telling in over here. Where it went? If I give input as 0, a space, I gave here a space and I got exited out of the program. Now coming to the no more question, will bitwise operator work? So the answer is no. It immediately gives me an error. Why did it give me error? I have to see because I have not used bitwise operator in a long time. Are there any bitwise operator in here? Oh, so I guess it's only one thing. Yeah, so it was only one. I gave more than one. It was my bad, not Python's issue. So coming back to that thing, bitwise and bitwise or sorry, give x. We'll try to win this time. 1 7 3 here, 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 and here. So you can see that I used bitwise or, and it did not stop for me because it is going to check the bit values of it instead of checking the whole value. And here we are passing it a string instead of a integer of some kind. So we are supposed to use or. We use that bitwise things for mathematical stuff or some other complex things, but basically we use or only. So coming back to this thing, bitwise or operator is done. So I guess what we have covered till now, we printed the board, we took the symbol which we want to start with, we selected which symbol goes first, we took the input from the user, we checked if the input is right, then we checked if the position given by the user is inside the our board. If it is, we replace that part with the symbol. If it is not, we ask the user to give it again. So I guess this was a basic flow, and if there is anything else remaining, I think we can just debug it after this running part. I don't see anything else that's left. So I will just test it once. CLS, enter your marker. I give X. X is going first. That worked right. Board was printed. The position helping part printed correctly. I got a saying, it's saying that whose chance it is. If I give here position 1, it gave me an error because board is not defined. As you can see, I got an error over here. And remember one thing, you all, I have seen that, I mean, I'm not telling you should be knowing all this, but I will just give you a suggestion. Whenever you write a program and you are getting some kind of error, instead of just being getting angry or confused or sad, depressed, anything, just be calm. Try to read whatever output you are getting. This is all called as traceback. And traceback contains, I can say, 99% of the times your answer instead of going and googling out something. So I will help you with that. As you can see from the first line, it tells me file tiktok dot, the tiktok bola maine. I just told tiktok. Why did I say tiktok? It's tic tac toe. In this file, in this function, you have to remember this is the file which we are telling, and this is the function where the issue is. So you might want to concentrate on this part. In main function, in the user input function, there is a valid position. Yes, that valid position is trying to use this board, and it is telling me name error, that is name board is not defined. So you can see I am getting this line number also, so which helps a ton instead of just finding where is the error, where is the error at line 29. So let's go at line 29, that is at over here. So what's missing? Board is not passed. Were we supposed to pass it? And the answer is I'm not sure. Mm, let's shift this bit up. If this would be the issue, I don't think so, but it wasn't up, it is supposed to be down even after this here. But what's the issue? Because I'm passing turn and it already has this board reference. So let me just open my chat. If anyone can help me where I should do the correction. I know it's line 29, but what correction needs to be done? It's still giving me that error. Board is not defined. The main function is there. Oh, that check is there. Board. Naman, you are late. I guess your net's a bit laggy, but that's not the issue. I'm fine with that. You understood that's the main part. But the thing is, why did it fail? Because did I make spelling mistake? No. I could do one thing is that I can just pass it again, the board value, but I don't think that should be needed because I have board over here and this function will be taking it. What I will do is I will, this thing is also running on the same basic. but I'm not sure what's the issue. So let's do some cheating, because sometimes it's necessary. But don't worry, I will see to it that I get it cleared. That's why the issue is there. Let's try this. Yeah, it did. So for now we will just go that we all needed to give this board input also. But before ending I will try to resolve it, because previously when I tried, it took the value of board automatically from the user input function. So I guess there might be something missing. But as far as this program is done, let's check the winning part. So we have an issue that it does not check the time. Why is that? Did we call the check function? I called the check function. It is getting the board. Let me just get rid of these. Oh, so the issue was I did not return the flag or the value over here. So that was causing the program to run instead of checking. This is done. Let's just exit. X first chance, second. And we got it. X won. So we have this X won the match. Now a single time running game is over, but what we have to do is we have to keep it running again and again. I will just rename this to game. No, I will keep it as it is. Yeah, I will keep it. May rename it to game and make a new function for main def main. What it basically does is it has a variable called again is equal to y. It is hard coded. While again equals to y. Now remember this. This is a basic thing which we do uh, to ask the user, do you want to continue? So I will be printing print what we say print space whenever you want to stop the game. Instead of this I will tell press space for input so that it's easier to understand, and then I will call the main function, no, the game function, sorry, game function. And after that I will also ask again equals to, it will be a basic input of do you want to try again. So let's try this. Does it run continuously? One, oh, it's a marker. I got that zeros position. I won the match, but it did not ask me. Why? Because it should have asked. Oh yeah, I gave here an exit condition, so that was the reason. What exit did was after completing that loop, instead of uh, exiting out of only that loop, it exited out of the whole program. And if my debugging sense is right, I guess still it will not run continuously because I did a small mistake, but let's just go. Yeah, so it's there. But what was the thing? This part is running. So what can be done? Mhm. Let me think. Which loop should I remove? I will use this. What I just did was, it was previously like this. It was separated into two parts, game and main. Yeah, the suggestion of break is right, but the yeah, let's just try break first. X1 and yes, Avijit Baksh's suggestion was right. We can use break. Thank you for that. See, the chat helps. We could have just made a recording of all this and just posted on YouTube, but what chat does is it helps the programmer who is doing the stream to solve the issues. So I guess we are done with this. Let's just do it again, but here I will choose X. I will try to lose this time. Oh, it accidentally won the match. Yeah, so here I will lose, so that condition can be checked. So here it was no one won, it's a tie. Do you want to play again? So we can say that our program of the game is done. You yourself can build it again. And one suggestion I would like to give is I don't remember the session number, but I guess it was 2 sessions back that Apurv Goel taught you about regular expressions. So what you all can go do is you can I will just show you. If by chance suppose the user gives a value of a for the position, it gave me a big error. So what you all can do is use that knowledge of regular expression and try to build a regex, that is regular expression, so that where we take the input, that is at over here, it will be checked if it is a number, or else we can what we can do is we can check if it's not a alphabet, some random string or a symbol like all the numerical symbols, exclamation, at, hash, dollar, percent, all this thing. We can check if this occur. We can just exit out of it, and we will tell the user to print it again. I mean, by print I mean to select the position again. So that might be a small homework, or else you can improve the logic which I used. This was a fairly old program which I wrote earlier, but it does the job and it explains everything correctly. So is there any doubt? And someone asked, I don't remember the name, where it went. Can anyone tell who told me to repeat it at the last? I'm trying to find it. Yeah, Suresh Kumar told me to do it. So I'll be doing that. Before that, does anyone have a doubt in this program till now? So Vedant gave us an option to use is numeric. So yeah, you all can just go ahead and try that. I will not be telling what that function does. You can try to search it. The hint is that the function name itself tells us what it does. And Sanukhat, again, if I mispronounce your name, I'm sorry for that. Thank you for this the compliment. Yeah, I got that. Suresh Kumar told. So to the summarization part, how should I summarize? Because the code is like this. Let me see if I zoom out. So guys, just tell me if I zoom out a bit, is it visible to you all? It will be visible, but it will not be feasible. Never mind. I'll just go like this. So I will just tell you a basic flow. It will help you. So before building it, it was my mistake. I did not give the basic flow. I just started with the program. What you can do is, I will. So what I did here was I just made a doc string. Doc string is the thing which, if it is placed at the top and I just print the module, it will print this part. You can search about it. It's fairly easy and it's all used in documentation part. So I don't know why all companies are calling me today. So coming back to the summarization part. So the basic flow of this program should be know what's know what's the game. Then we can go ahead and make the board and we can try to print it in the board format too, so that we can visualize stuff easily. After that, now we know the game, we are printing the board. So the next step is take input from user for which symbol he or she wants to use. That will be X or a 0, X or O. After that is done, we will be building a logic that uh, make logic for selecting which symbol goes first. So it might be X will go first or O will go first. So that part is done. Now we have the input from the user, which symbol goes first is done. Now the main part is to take the position from the user. So that is take position from user. So that will be between 1 to 9. And we can also check some conditions. That will be a kind of a homework. Then since we have taken the position, check whether the position is empty. If empty, fill it, or print some error text and ask again. So it is basically, we will check if the position entered by the user is empty. If it is empty, we will fill it with the symbol. with a symbol, or print some error text and ask again, ask the position again. So we have done that. Now comes the part where we have to check if the user has won. We know the basic thing that min of 4, what we say, steps required to win. If step is greater than 4, we will check the board state. If board row, call or diagonal has same value, that is of x or 0, print 1, else continue. So did I complete it? Yeah, and so the last step is optional. Make it run multiple number of times for, or else we can say add option to play again. So that's a not mandatory, but it's up to you if you want the user to play only once, or he has the option to play it multiple number of times. So Suresh Kumar, is that fine? Was the summarization good? Minimum of 5 steps. Let me think. 5 steps. Where is it? Ah, yeah. So 5. You might be right. Let me just confirm it. What is it? X, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So it's 5, not 4. So what we can do is, instead of equals to 4, we'll just keep it greater than 4. I guess here it was right. Yeah. So if it's the 5th try, 6th try, or anything above that, it will be checked. So thank you for your suggestion. I mean correction, which was a mistake from my side. Thank you for that. I wrote the algorithm right, but the code was a bit conventionally wrong. We don't want to increase one more iteration of the program. So I can see. Thank you for your compliments, guys. So this project was fairly easy. It was just the board printing, and we have to print the board, take the input from the user for the symbol, then select which symbol goes first, the alternate the chances, then take the input of position, then check the position, and then check the board, the last step. So I don't think any one of you have any more doubts. If you have, I will be waiting for 1 minute only, because it's already almost 8:30. I don't want to extend it more further. So just tell me if you have any doubts, or else we can just wrap up. Yeah, thank you, Vedant. So since no one is asking any doubts, I guess we can wrap up. You can go ahead at night, try this program on your own, because I don't think I need to share this code because it's fairly easy. It's just a part of your thinking. And my suggestion is, instead of watching this session or any other session directly, what you can do is watch it once, and try to build it yourself. Now Amethyst asked me, gave me another suggestion. So yeah, right. I was right. It's fine. I is equal to 4 implements implies the fifth step because it starts from 0, right? So it was right. So I can write it over here too. So thank you everyone for your compliments. I guess I can just wrap up now. So wait a second, guys. So I'm getting I'm not sure. The messages will be, yeah. So I just got the information that you all will be having a session tomorrow about the test that will be conducted on 4th, and I guess it will be like what how will be the test conducted, how you have to give. So stick around for tomorrow also, and I guess it will be the same time. So tomorrow all your doubts would be cleared. Yeah. So tomorrow all your doubts will be cleared regarding the exam point of view, and you can ask your exam questions over there. So I guess we can wind up. And before winding, I will just like to tell, if you don't have an account on HackerRank, just Google it out. Go to HackerRank's website, make an account, and start practicing some of the basic questions on it. It will also help you increase your logic, and it will also help you in the exam. So that was all from my side. I will leave now. Good night, everyone, and all the best for your exams. Bye.